We go. We are all good. Good morning, everyone. We're on earlier. You know, sometimes it just works out better that way. Sometimes we're on at night. Sometimes we're in the morning. Depends what's going on with our jam during the day. But anyways, good morning, everyone. This is Carol Sue, aka Naughty Boss, live with two
Sisters. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, Tuesday, Triumph Tuesday, and it's April, excuse me, I believe it's the 12th. And I have a lot of things that I'm triumphing over. So I'd like to share that a big thing that I triumphed over the last couple of days was in the process of rebranding my virtual assistant business and working on my website. And I'm doing the website through, and I didn't know this existed. So it was a win-win for me. There's this thing within Google Workspace. It's called Sites, SITES, and you can build your website through that. So, excuse me, I've been working on that, and I'm really excited about it. So that's a big project to take on, and I'm very proud of myself.
Well, that is good. I'm not really going to talk about what I'm triumphing over because I really want to focus my time on focusing on helping you guys understand what Triumph Tuesday is about. So obviously, a lot of people, you know, when you write down your goals, your visions, whatever new projects you're taking, you get stumbling blocks, right? You're distracted, you may be derailing, you may be not focused like you should be because you got all this, you know, other gunk going on in your world, your life, your brain, your fitness level, you can't get to the gym, and you're like, how am I gonna figure this stuff out in such a way that I'm gonna be able to fit in everything that I wanna fit in that's maybe on my planner, my calendar, or even just my daily schedule. So a good tip to help you triumph over the derailment piece, because you have to do that. You know, you can put in your planner book, but sometimes there's an outside force that pulls you away from actually accomplishing that. So you've got to find a way to triumph over it to still get it done, right? So what I say is always look within the nooks and crannies of your day. And what I mean by that, nooks and crannies are 5 minutes here, 6 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 12 minutes there. If you're lucky, 30 minutes. But usually a nook and a cranny is a tiny segment, and it's a phrase used to really emphasize the tiny segments of your day. Are you monopolizing all those nooks and crannies? So in case you do have a derailment, you can triumph over it and still get what you want in. So what do I mean? What does Naughty Boss mean by that? Say you want to get in 30 minutes of journaling. I'm just using that as a very small example. And you go to sit at your desk, and then the spouse comes in and jibber jabber, where's this? And then the kids are like, you didn't put my, Twinkies in my lunchbox. I don't even know if they use a lunchbox anymore, do they? They smell like a lunch plastic bag, but whatever. Almost like a little mini backpack, but insulated too. They don't make them like the good old days with a brown bag. And you went in there and you ate a warm bologna and cheese sandwich. Anyways, let's get off of that. But anyways, the nooks and crannies of your day. So you're getting, you sit down, you say, oh, this is my 30 minutes. I'm going to do my journaling, or I'm going to pay bills, or I just got all this stuff I got to get done, right? You're at your desk and you get interruption. So what I mean by the nooks and crannies, so the next thing you've got to do is drive your kid to school. Well, frequently what happens when you're driving your child to school, a lot of people still do that. You may have to sit in traffic, right? So this is a time to kind of think about your day. Obviously pay attention to the road. You want to make sure that your mental clarity is there because you're driving. But if you're sitting in traffic, it is a day to maybe, part of your schedule would be just to chat with your child to find out what they're doing in school. Take that time to chat. Kind of do a double checklist. Okay, I got that done. I know where they're at. Didn't have time to talk to them today, but I'm sitting in the car. So you use the nooks and crannies of sitting in the car, discussing whatever with your child. You can finally maybe get back to your home and say, no one is around. Do I pick up the clicker and get caught up on my Netflix show? Or do I go back in the office, shut the door? And I even do this. Now, obviously, I don't have any children that live with us anymore. I lock the door out for my husband coming in and interrupting me when I'm in the office. You can do that. And that allows you to work in the nooks and crannies of your day. How many of you, like, I'll multitask, like when I'm doing laundry and I'm folding clothes, I also try to leave a notepad, and I leave a notepad in the laundry room. Things that I've got to write down. Maybe it's, I was supposed to do that grocery list, don't have time for it. So I'm folding clothes, and as I'm folding clothes, I'm looking in the laundry room. Do I need laundry detergent? Is there anything in the laundry room that I need? Jot it down. And then I start thinking, what's in my cabinets as I'm folding clothes? So I'm using multitasking and triumphing over how I'm going to fit in all these little details that I really don't have time to really spend on one. So I got to multitask to get them all accomplished. Same thing with your workout schedule. Say you know that you have a conference call coming up. Well, guess what? Don't sit at your desk. You didn't get your 30 minutes in. You can march in place and still chat on the phone. I didn't know if you knew that. You can also go on speakerphone and or use earbuds and put your phone down. The earbuds, you can get even obviously the wireless ones, which work out awesome, and still get in a workout while you're listening to an important conference call or Zoom. So these are all different strategies on how you can triumph over the things that you think you can't get done because you don't have enough time during the day.
Exactly, because let's face it, time is a very precious commodity. We all have the same amount of time. What I do may not work for somebody else. So it's really important to recognize within your schedule, and obviously be truthful and compassionate to yourself. For instance, if you're waking up in the morning and the first thing that you're doing is, you're scrolling for 45 minutes when you can be doing something else. And trust me, I'm guilty of that. I don't do that anymore because I realized it was more important for me to focus on the functionality of my time versus I can do whatever I want type of thing. So whatever works for you, write that down. Okay, 45 minutes I'm spending on this. All right, how can I break that up and maybe still get in maybe 5 or 10 minutes of scrolling time? Because maybe that 5 or 10 minutes could be your time when you're just, your time where you're just focusing on all those little things that you need to do. So write it down. Of course, if you need to put a pad in every room, I think that's a great idea and that works out well. Do what you feel is right for you. But in the process of that, it's really important to be honest with yourself and be gentle and kind to yourself. Like, maybe do that for a week and then you go back and look at what you've written, how you have actually spent your time. Excuse me. Don't beat yourself up. Like, oh my God, 3 days in a row, I'm spending 45 minutes. Like, don't do that. Look at it in a way like, hey, okay, I see a pattern here. And guess what? I have the power to change it. And you switch it up. And maybe you are multitasking. Maybe you are on that conference call. You're going to be on that conference call for an hour or however long it may be. Stand up, put it on speakerphone. You can. A lot of people that aren't speaking at that time typically mute themselves out, mute yourself out and do a little marching in place, or maybe you're outside walking. Make your time as valuable as somebody else's time by respecting your own time and being creative with that is the bottom line I'm trying to get at. Be creative with your multitasking. Don't multitask just to multitask, like making yourself busy about being busy. Be a multitasker in the sense of accomplishing tasks that help you with your day.
That's true. And, a lot of entrepreneurs do have to scroll. So we're not, I want to emphasize that a lot of entrepreneurs do use their social media. They've got to know what's going on. They got to know what's trending. Maybe this is the time. Are you scrolling to, maybe see what people are up to? That's part of being an entrepreneur, because you're building those relationships. You want to know what people are going on in your lives. And that is okay. Maybe that's your time that you've got to do your follow-up messaging. That if you've been chatting people through direct messaging. So we're not talking about those kinds of scrolls, because those you are working. But make sure that you value that time. Don't get caught up in it, because you could like literally get up and, let's be real, you got 45 minutes, you can like scroll pretty quickly. You don't need that whole 45 minutes unless you are doing something that's really paramount to your business. And what I always say to entrepreneurs that use social media, make sure you're having interaction with people before you just start chatting with people. So in other words, especially if you're going to do a post, this is a way to boost up your algorithms and triumph over why maybe someone's not seeing your social media post, is because social media is what? Social. You need to be social. That means that you've got to comment on other people's posts. Obviously, hashtagging is a great way to build up your algorithms and really triumph over why no one's seeing your posts. I always like doing an open-ended post, an open-ended question to really get people to chat, because, social and communicating on social media is not the same when you're having a real life conversation. So in order for you to get traction on what you're trying to share or care about, or just sharing something in general, if you do an open-ended conversation, you get other people chatting within your Facebook page or your post, you're going to get more traction. So you will actually triumph over it. Okay, well, I'm using 45 minutes scrolling on social media, but I used it to my benefit to help my business. And then when you're doing it for personal use, I usually try to put a timer on it, or not necessarily put a timer on it, but I'll look at the clock and say, okay, I've got 10 minutes. So again, nooks and crannies of my day to build my business, because that's all you really need, but also nooks and crannies to do interaction, check on people, how are they doing? Jesus, somebody's birthday, I want to do a shout out, those kinds of things. And then, use your creativity elsewhere, not necessarily. Today I did a funny post because I know people are really big into filters. And I'm not going to say that I'm not a filter person per se, but I live my life transparent. This is who I am. So it was funny because, people can't see what I'm wearing, but I'm wearing my top that I have to go work out. I haven't had a chance to, but I'm wearing my PJ bottoms. I just haven't had time to switch gears to totally get dressed for this morning. So obviously, I just fluffed up my hair. I have no makeup on other than lipstick. And I snapped a picture. I'm like, ooh. And I just said, whatever. I'm not here to impress people with how I look. Definitely, showing that I'm doing my insides. That's more important than putting my makeup on, as far as I'm concerned. So I was showing a picture, and then I did a boomerang. And the boomerang, I was joking around because the lighting looks different. I'm sitting in the same spot, and one is, darker than the other. So I was cracking up saying, well, maybe there's a built-in filter I don't know about. But anyone that knows me knows I'm not tech savvy, nor do I care to be. There's certain things I'll learn on social media and triumph over, certain things. But there's something about being authentically you. You don't have to get all duded up, as I call it, before you get on social media. Not everyone has time to throw their makeup on. I'm usually good about at least getting something on. So I got as far as my lipstick. I did good today. Now that doesn't mean, because I know I'm going to work out. So why in hell am I putting on makeup on if I'm going to work out? Yeah, I put lipstick on because, it's moist. I don't know. I put it on. It's colorful. But I mean, for a lot of people, they look at other people's social media pages and they're so pretty, the perfect filter, the perfect angle, the perfect outfit. Life is messy, people. So yeah, there's a time to look pretty, I guess. I do it. But on the whole, that's the one thing I love, the beauty about being an entrepreneur, is sometimes I can just jump in and say, you know what, I'm gonna triumph over my workout later, but I've got some business I got to get done first thing in the morning. I don't have to put a business suit on. I can wear totally mismatched clothing. I've got gray slacks, my gray socks do match, but I mean, totally mismatched clothing, and you would never know the difference because you only see from here up. And I bet you there's a lot of people out there that do that. Actually, I think there was a picture in the early COVID days where it was a news reporter. I guess he was reporting from at home, and I think it's tie and suit, and then somebody had took a picture of him, and I think he had boxer shorts on or something. So that's the beauty. There are ways to triumph over these little derailments. You don't have to be perfect out there. Just get out there, be you, be authentically you. Utilize every nook and cranny of your day, and you will find that when you do that, you're going to realize, wow, I triumphed all over the things I didn't think I was going to accomplish today. I managed to cram everything in, and I didn't really have to cram it in. I just utilized my time better. That's what triumphing is over. Something like that, when you are really trying to accomplish a bunch of little stuff, but you got a lot of it in a short period of time, meaning 12 hours of the day. We all have the same hours of the day. We all have all the same minutes of the day. It's just about how we are using our minutes. So if you want to learn how to triumph over your day, every day, not just on Triumph Tuesday, use the nooks and crannies every day.
Absolutely. Those nooks and crannies don't have to be jam-packed, but they can be jam-packed with creativity on what you want to accomplish. And maybe it's just as simple as taking that time to focus on your goals and how you want to accomplish them. Don't think of your time as that it's wasted. Yes, we do tend to waste time. I'm guilty, and which was why I instituted desk books. So for those moments where I'm kind of in between things and maybe waiting for something to upload, I grab my book or, and read, or, I do some more journaling, or I'm just trying to be more mindful. And I think that's what it's all about too, being more mindful of how you spend your time. Use your time wisely, choose your hard wisely. And on that note, Triumph Tuesday. What are you going to triumph over today? And don't forget, we've got the TwoSistas Real REEL journal on sale for $8.99. Wow, such a deal. 75-page journal. You will love it. And let us know what you thought about today's podcast. You can always go to our website and send us in a written note, or even leave us a voice message through the website. It's www.twosistas.online. That's it for today. My name is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, and I am with TwoSistas,
and this is Carol, so aka Naughty Boss, gonna get her nooks and crannies. And I'm not talking about an English muffin, people. I am talking about the nooks and crannies of your day. Although an English muffin does sound pretty yummy. I wonder if they have a gluten. I think they have a gluten-free one. I'm gonna have to go check that out. But anyways, you have a great day. We will see you tomorrow. We do have a guest tomorrow at 8 a.m. Wellness Wednesday. Take care, everyone.
Bye, everyone.